Hello and welcome to the Bellcast, episode 20. This is Lorenzo. Kevin, hey, how are you doing? You don't even know how to handle this.
I'm doing really well. Yeah, I don't even have my own mic today.
No, you have to lean in.
Hopefully I'm speaking loud enough. We'll see.
Yes.
How's it going?
Good. We'll get to your weekend in a second. Mike, how are you doing?
I was just gonna say, you look pretty good. You look rested.
I'm very sunburned, tan, a little rested. Yeah, we were at a shoot on Wednesday and I got torched, but it was a good time.
The Irish in you just went from white to red, and now you.
That's it. There's no in between.
And then back
White
to
to
white.
red, and then peel off my whole face and back to white again.
Mike, we did not get a text message from Kevin's brother, did we?
We waited. I waited all night.
We were thinking about it. We were in
Yes.
Pennsylvania, so just so
Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
just so everyone knows here, yes, it was my bachelor party weekend last weekend.
Oh, congrats.
So thank you, and yeah, we had a lot of fun out in PA doing some random stuff, and these guys are just upset they didn't get the call, the invite from my brother. So
I just think it's funny that you said that, and then all of a sudden you heard ladies in the
Ladies,
background,
yeah.
and you're like, oh, how wonderful. It's like, okay, this is not still the bachelor party weekend, guys. Just so everybody knows. Chrissy, Meghan from The Bar Method, how are you ladies doing?
We're great. How are
Doing
you?
well.
Who's Meghan? Hi, Meghan.
How are you? Hi, I'm doing good.
Chrissy,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm great.
Chrissy, do you own the location Bar Method in up in North Jersey, closer?
I don't.
You don't? Okay.
I own another location in Shrewsbury.
In Shrewsbury, and the one here in Bell Works and Holmdel.
Yes.
And how did you get here? We'll go right into it.
how did you get it?
When
What
she,
story?
when she
Go.
said something about her phone before, I'm like, I'm going hard right now. I'm going to ask her.
Yeah. How did I get to Bell Works?
Yes, how did you get in Bell Works?
So, a couple years ago, I guess a real estate developer, someone who I guess was working for Bell Works, reached out to me and said, this is our plan, these are our footprints, like we think your boutique fitness studio would probably do well here. So I saw the plans and I saw like the vision, but it was just, I wasn't there.
Okay. You had
Thinking,
Shrewsbury already?
I've owned Shrewsbury going on 11 years.
Okay.
So I had other things going on. I built out, I expanded in my first location. So I was like, yeah, no, it sounds good. It's a little close to home. Shrewsbury and Holmdel aren't that far apart. So I'm a mom, a wife. I got a lot going on. So I was like, yeah, I don't think so. Although it sounded like a really cool concept. So then fast forward a year later, my husband and I came to a charity event in this space. And it was like a Hope for Children event, and it was around the holidays, and I walked into this building, and I was like, wow, this is really
Not too close to Shrewsbury anymore, is it?
Yeah, right?
Not so
I was
much
like,
bombing
this is
anymore,
just
right?
it was so different and unique, and I just figured, you know what, if I don't do it, I think I'm gonna get upset with myself. So right after that night, the next day, I called whoever I could that's involved,
Right.
and I said, hey, it's me again from the Bar Method. Are
Okay.
you guys still interested
Got
in
it.
having me? And that's how that happened.
And did you think you were going to have a location like you have now, or were you just happy to be in? Like, did you need certain, because they have the gym downstairs, right? Well, loosely phrased,
Right.
I haven't.
Very loose definition of
Okay,
a gym.
okay. I heard
Right.
there's a gym downstairs.
Right.
It's a hotel gym downstairs.
Yeah, well, so when you first decided to come in here, did you have, like, were you thinking like Shrewsbury doesn't have this, so I want this here? Or was it, were you more interested in consistency of it? That the
Consistency.
members, could they, if I'm not mistaken, you can pay to go to any location?
Right, my two locations,
Your
because
two
we're
locations, okay.
individually owned, so if you wanted to use the location in Summit or Westfield or somewhere else, they're owned by other people. Or, whereas my two locations, our members can use both locations freely.
So just in case people don't know, tell us a little bit about, the Bar Method in general. I know it's, it's more than just the, two locations. It's I guess a franchise model?
It is,
Okay.
it is, I've been open, like I said, in Shrewsbury about 11 years, it's over 20 years, it's been happening for over 20 years. And really started out in California, made its way, all over the country now. We are in Canada as well.
Mike?
So we're
Mike
in
is
there.
there.
Mike is
There you
Canadian.
go, there's a connection,
If
right?
you move one to Italy, then we'd all be set.
Yeah, there you go.
You need one for Ireland.
Ireland?
They didn't know.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
You
Wait,
need
so-
the bar.
so
You don't need
side-
the bar
side
method.
note-
Just the bar part.
I don't mean to change the subject.
No, please,
But
always.
my husband's name is Kevin,
Uh,
and he's Italian.
Is this gonna get weird?
There's
It's
a
gonna get weird.
little,
I hope
it's
this gets weird.
just funny. He's Italian and Irish. My last name is Valerio.
Okay.
Like, I married an Italian Irishman. But
So, and Kevin's marrying an Italian Irishman too.
Yeah, right? Look at that.
Small world.
It's 2019, bro. Nothing to laugh about.
Yeah, it's a mix.
Alright, I'm just trying to,
But no, the funny thing is that we just all did the, what do you call that? The
23andMe or the
Yeah,
ancestry.
ancestry.
yes.
Right. So I found out my Irish, not so
Italian.
Italian husband is a lot more Irish than.
Oh.
So when you were saying get burned, like I'm always like, how are you Italian?
Yeah.
You're so fair. Like you look so Irish to me. Anyway, so
He's
my husband's
Italian.
name
So they
is
really,
Kevin,
they
and
really
he's
held on
Irish.
to the Irish,
He
the
really held
Italian
on.
roots, but not too many roots.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I totally went off track,
No,
but
no,
it
please,
just,
all
I
of it.
just met Kevin, and it just reminded
Do
me
that
of my
often, that's
Irish
fine.
husband.
Yes.
that's fine. Megan,
Yes.
what are some of the core classes at bar?
We actually offer 5 classes. We have a basic class, which we don't offer in our location because our clients are advanced and we like to push them. But there is a bar basics for people who are just starting off.
Okay.
Our core 1-hour traditional exercise is bar method, and that gives the rundown of the exercises that we've been doing for over 20 years. We have bar advanced, that's also a class that we've had on for a while. It's just a step up from bar method.
Okay.
And then we have our that is advanced. And then we have bar move, which is our pumped up version. It's basically bar method on crack, and we
Cardio.
get cardio based. We get in
Okay.
there and we make those women and men sweat.
Clarify, you don't get crack. You just,
Not
Okay.
literal,
You start with
but
the crack.
you might
Then you-
feel like it when you're in the
Exactly.
middle of the exercises, your body's shaking, you're sweating, you're feeling it. But yeah, we have, different levels on how you feel that day, what you want to do. And now we're adding in soon, we're going to training on Sunday for bar restore. And this is a stretch class. So it's half
I'm
of
in.
a workout, then
I'm
half of stretching. So clients don't get that bulk in their muscles, they get that nice lean toned look. So we're excited to add
I'm
that
just doing
on.
it so I don't hurt myself when
Yes,
I
yes.
no,
Yeah.
not for any of it.
Yeah,
Now-
it's very
Preventative.
frustrating.
How did you get involved?
So I got involved, I used to work for Chrissy's husband, Kevin, at the Lighthouse in
Yeah,
Red
sure.
Bank, so shout out to Strollo's Lighthouse. I
Okay.
worked for him for about 6 or 7 years, and then I used to watch Chrissy's girls. So I was their babysitter for a little bit, and one day she asked if I wanted to work our childcare in Shrewsbury, and I said, yes, of course I will. And then from there, I went to the front desk. From there, she asked me to be a teacher, then a manager, and we've had a
There she
relationship
is,
for
yeah.
about, 10 years, Chrissy and I. I'm just, one of her daughters, part of the family.
There you go. I love that.
Rapidly
Yeah,
moving up
yeah,
the
we're
ranks.
very close at our studios.
Yeah.
Our clients and our instructors are more like family and friends as opposed to just people we see in and out. We're with these clients about 5 to 7 days a week. I see the same people all the time, so you build such a community with the women and the men that we are with. It's great.
What's the percentage of women versus men?
It's about 99% women, maybe
I knew this.
0.2%,
No,
maybe
I already knew the answer.
0.2% men.
I knew this.
I
This is,
just think it's more like they're a little intimidated of the exercise and maybe the amount of women in the classes. But they're
Which
welcome.
should be
They're
a draw. That
welcome.
should be a draw.
Could it
As
be
a
an
lot- I
awareness
think
thing?
that's-
Do men not know as much about it? I feel like women talk to each other, right? And they know details about it where we might not know the ins and outs of the
I
class.
think men view it as like a feminine workout.
You guys are doing
which-
ballet in there.
Yeah, which I think it's misconceived. I
Yes.
mean, as like this ballet bar, so like you think ballet, like men have a
Yeah.
misconception. It is super intense.
It
You're
is.
using isometrics, you're using your own body weight. You're using 2-3 pound weights in certain exercises, but you feel like you're holding 15-pound weights because of the way we keep you in your muscles. And
Yes.
I had a gentleman in my class this morning.
Peter?
Yeah, we do have men now that work in the building that come take class,
Yeah.
and
It's about to be
it's-
Lorenzo.
We have like
No,
3
no, I was
core
just gonna tell you about-
clients, yeah.
go ahead, no,
We have
continue.
3 men that come, and they're honestly, they do really well. As long as they just listen, which I know that's tough for men to do, but we'll get them, we'll keep them
I'm
on
sorry,
the
what are we
same-
talking about?
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go, there we
Oh,
go.
okay.
It's hard to keep their brains engaged because it is such an intense exercise, so.
Megan, are you single? I'm just curious right now, because,
No, I've
Let me
been in
just
a
tell you, this is
relationship
how-
for 6 years.
oh,
So
I was
that-
gonna say,
So that explains the other side.
yeah,
Makes
this
sense.
is the other
Okay.
side.
I gotta be honest, because 100% of bar methods are owned by women. I think
Yes.
that's very empowering. I enjoy that it's very women focused, but we're we allow men in.
Men are in.
We allow men.
we allow
This is
women.
fantastic.
We
I think we should
include
do,
them.
yeah, I
No,
think
go ahead.
this is a
Careful.
shout out.
I mean, we would offer free classes to any man who wants to come
Well,
into
there
class.
you
It's
go.
on,
That's
it's
what I
on
was-
Chrissy
If
and
that's
I.
not more incentive to just step in
That's what I was
and give it a
thinking
chance.
for.
Yeah, right?
Free
Just
class
give
for
it
the
a
men.
try.
You see, you think I'm gonna take the apart, but I have a 6-year-old daughter, so all men are dead to me in general.
Yes, yes.
And I will tell you, when I was single, I would go to like the NSYNC concerts and stuff. Why? Because everybody that was there were hot moms. Okay, so I would
Because you like the
join,
music.
Yeah, we know.
and the guys are in the back row if they're
Yeah.
smart.
Sure.
Think about it, and they'll sit in the back row. So yes, I would encourage men in general, but I need to lose like 3 pounds of love handles on the side. So, you know,
3 pounds, that's not much.
Great.
Wow, you're fine.
on one side.
Oh, on one side, on each
For
side.
each side.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just walk with a limp or sideways. So the restore thing, I'm interested in person because stretching, that kind of
It is.
stuff.
Right.
Is that, because I actually asked, I came down and I asked if you guys gave sports massages or any kind of that type of stretching or anything. And I think at the time, well, the answer was no at the time.
Right.
Okay, so is
Right.
that fall into this or is
I
it more?
mean, it is like deep stretching, and it's called restore because it is very restorative, and it's bar method with
That, with the restore
that,
part?
with the,
Okay.
yeah, right. So you're getting your, probably it'll be a nice add-in after a long work day, on a weekend, when you just like kind of need to de-stress and.
I need to get soft tissue taken care of. That's what I need. That's what I need, yes.
Okay.
It's not a joke, it's legit.
We gotta, I
This is
gotta,
a-
I've just
this
never
is a-
heard that comment from anyone.
Yeah, no,
I need-
This is a former semi-NHL player, by the way, and you should know that. Okay, I'm saying NHL.
Now, what's NHL?
Hockey?
Oh, it is. Oh,
Oh
okay.
my God, I
All
thought
right.
she was making fun of hockey. She's
No.
So I have a question. So if you take
we're big hockey fans.
Oh, okay,
Awesome.
okay.
if you take us back, so I read somewhere you take a class in 2008 in Summit,
I did.
and you enjoy it so much you decide to open up. So as a business owner, I mean, walk us through that process, because I was saying to these guys, I mean, I went to Dunkin' Donuts this morning, but I'm not gonna open up a Dunkin' Donuts, even if I like it.
Right.
So how do you make that leap from saying I am so passionate about it to open it up?
That is a really good question. And so when I went on my first Bar Method convention, we were all talking about, all these business owners were talking about business plan, and what was your business plan, and what was this, and what's that, how did you do that? I'm like, I did nothing other than come home, tell my husband, I love this workout, and I love what it's doing for me, and we need to bring something like this to Monmouth County because it doesn't exist, because go back 11 years ago, this kind of fitness just didn't exist around here. And he said to me, if you believe in it, I believe in it, go for it. And it was all heart, it was all passion. I didn't have any doubt that I wasn't gonna be successful, and I just went straight for it. That's all I did.
Wow, I love it. So the process,
passion and blind confidence.
right? That's sometimes
I
what
think,
we
I
need.
think it's passion that leads all of these women to stick with this exercise, and just the love for it, the love that it changes your body, your mind. It's a mental game as much as it is changing your muscles and the shape of them. And that's why, we've been around for 20 years. I mean, we're going
Right.
on almost 18 years of the bar method being a big name, like
This
yoga or
workout,
Pilates.
this workout specifically boosts confidence, posture, like, you see changes very quickly. People come for a month, and like, after a month of taking class, they're like, I have definition in my arms. I know, I've been going to the gym 6 days a week for years, and how come I don't see that stuff until now? And it's efficient, effective, busy moms, like all over the place, like they want a good workout that they know that they're gonna get, a
Full body,
a
yeah.
full body,
Yeah, short
awesome
amount of
workout
time.
in a short amount of time. And so that's why, and then people just become addicted to it, which is what happened to me. And I had just had my second daughter, and I shed like those last, 7-8 pounds I needed to very quickly.
There you go.
Just in,
Last 7-8 pounds. That's it.
Yeah, that's all you need, 7 or 8 pounds.
Okay, I'm not even gonna say this, but now that we're on video, Kevin, you'll be lining up when?
Right now.
So call me out, let's do it. Call me out. All right there, Ken.
I
You'll
got a
get
lot,
there.
I got a lot more than
You keep
3
drinking
three
those,
though.
you keep drinking those latte things, and you'll be there too. Much like politics, fitness has been made better by women because they bring a softer touch to the industry, meaning that it's not barbells and Gold's Gym anymore, and it's not dollars and bills, it's humanity. So, I'm a big, all right.
We're
just-
on it
That was
around
deep.
and I like
Way
it.
to circle
I like
it
So,
that.
and this
I
brings
wasn't
me to
aware
the
of
fact
that.
of one of my pet peeves, which how much I hate CrossFit, and don't comment, it's your industry. I hate that, and I'll never forget a friend of mine who was a chiropractor said, CrossFit is going to make me wealthy for the rest of my life.
Absolutely.
Right.
These people moving tires around for a day, and then they don't do it again. You need consistency with fitness. You need to do the same type of things, and the bar method and this type of workout works with, and you'll appreciate this, the Rangers, right? When they won the Stanley Cup in '94, the coach said, the reason why we won was because we got on the bike after every game and broke up the lactic acids and things of that nature.
Interesting.
And it's a major thing. So in one of the most famous plays in Rangers history is one of the guys, Matteau, goes around the back of the net and reaches the puck in the second overtime. And he says the reason why I beat the guy was because after 3.5 hours of playing, my body was in a better shape. So it's that type of stuff. So yes, politics and fitness have been brought better by women, and once again, men are dead to me. Thank you very much. So yeah, see?
I like it.
All right.
Speaking of the,
Okay, Kevin, go ahead now.
speaking of the women's side and the mother's side, so childcare at Shrewsbury here as well, or is it?
Yeah.
So we don't offer it here because there's a Montessori school across the
Right,
way
okay.
that we were, they're saying eventually he will offer hourly
Okay.
childcare. And it's
Okay.
literally across the hall. So we're just kind of waiting for that to happen so they could drop their child off across the hall and come our way.
Okay, but the one in Shrewsbury, so this is interesting. So I have 2 young boys, 6 months and 2.5 years old.
Aw.
So,
Nobody cares here on this
You're busy.
podcast. All right, Mike, nobody cares. Just kidding.
But
Why are
the
you wasting
boys.
your time with us then?
from a mother's standpoint, I know my wife, it's very difficult if there's no childcare,
Right.
to bring your kid in. So was that a decision you guys made early on and from day one?
Yeah, so at the time when I opened up Shrewsbury, my daughters were barely 2 and 4. And I, could not go work out without, trekking them around with me. So I was like, I can't have a place that doesn't offer like what I specifically need. So for me, it was just like a no-brainer, I felt like I needed to have it. And a lot of people, a lot of women who've come have said, I wouldn't have even stepped foot into your space had you not had the childcare. Because that's a draw
It is a
for
huge
people
draw.
to be able to, leave their kids and,
It's something that probably wouldn't have even been touched if it was a male business owner, right? So the fact that you're a female business owner, you knew.
I would have.
Well, you
I'm
knew,
very sensitive.
you knew what worked for you,
Right.
right? And I think that in turn has helped your business, right?
yes.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And it's not like, these women, they don't wanna pay for a babysitter to come to their house, $10, $15 an hour. You spend $5 a child for that hour. And that to them was a no-brainer.
And
Put
they know their kid
in
is there with them.
If they're safe, they can go check on them, there's a window in the door, so we keep it very, we just make sure the moms they're okay. They feel safe that they can leave their kid for an hour and we got them.
Do we want to start like a bar method, baby watch program where the 3 of us just we're like, hey, we'll take your kid to Booster
Daddy's
Day.
daycare, that would be
We'll
good.
take your
I
kid
like
for a
it.
walk.
Get some training.
Yeah, there you go. It's not gonna be as effective, I don't think, training.
Get some training. Kevin in training.
Yeah.
But building on that too, actually, a lot of moms have become friends because they drop their kids, not just
The
It
kids
is,
become
it is what
friends
it is,
too.
yeah.
right, to drop their kids off, they have something they're connected in some way, they start having all of a sudden, all these friendships are
Yeah.
built within our studios. And, Shrewsbury has been there for so long, but now Holmdel, we're only 4 months in here at Bell Works, but I'm already seeing that shift. And people saying, oh, are you gonna go take the 8:30 tomorrow with me? People are making plans to meet up and take class together, and maybe go get coffee afterwards. It's already happening in our studio, so it's really nice.
I love that, because I think that's the community, right, that you start to build and the word of mouth spreads.
Right.
With that being said, how are you guys, besides just that, I think that's probably the most powerful way, but marketing wise, how do you guys approach that? We have 2 marketers here, so we always ask questions like that. How do you get the word out?
It's tough.
No judgment.
It's like sometimes we say it's word of mouth, or
It
it is more word of mouth if someone's like, oh, or where'd you get that tank? Or what's the bar method? Or someone once said to me, oh, you must get a lot of tips there. I said, well, it's a workout studio, not a bar. But that's kind of the conversations that start with me for some reason.
I wonder why.
I'm like, but yeah, we have social media, we have Instagram and Facebook.
Megan runs
I
all
do
of
run
that.
it, but
She's
I
amazing at
you
it.
know, I wish we could do a little more marketing on the
can.
outside. I would love that.
Yeah, how much of your clientele are from here in the building versus externally?
No.
I don't know
Say
the
like-
exact percentage,
Yeah.
but it could be
50-50?
50-50.
Yeah, you have
50-50 at this
a lot of people
point?
coming in just for
They do.
you guys.
Oh, it is that big? It's 50/50?
I think so.
I'd
We
say
have a lot
so.
of moms that come from Holmdel, and then we have a lot of workers, you know,
Right,
iSims,
right.
Guardian.
Oh, right.
A lot of people that I don't even know work in here, eventually I find out, like, if you, they're
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
I'm in that co-op space, or oh, I'm at the library, like, and we don't even realize it until we start having conversations.
Have you worked with the HR departments on, because I know a lot of bigger companies like iSims have wellness initiatives, things like that, where you guys could be part of their wellness program?
Right, so I am part of, oh my God, what is that called, that partnership? PureFit?
Yes.
I haven't
You're
heard of
looking
that.
at us like you're asking.
Yeah, I know, I was thinking you're right.
Okay,
I
Chrissy.
mean, here,
Whatever.
yeah, it is
It's called
perfect.
PureFit, so like huge corporations, have, I guess, set up with certain fitness industries where we give like a little bit of a discounted rate, and I guess maybe like the big, headquarters will pay.
They get-
Right, they'll give them a percentage and then they sign up through that. It's like all, they reached out to me, I do it, some people come in, I don't know many corporations around here. I think it's like bigger in like the cities instead of the suburbs, but maybe here in,
It's big in North Jersey.
is it?
It is in North
Yeah,
Jersey.
it is.
Okay.
It is in
Well,
North
and also
Jersey.
your insurance companies too.
Right.
Insurance companies do it.
Yeah,
They'll give
Right.
I used to get a check from my insurance company.
yeah, a lot of our clients,
Right,
they're.
a lot of
yep.
our clients will like ask for like receipts and
Mhm.
stuff like that because they have programs within their insurance companies. I mean, we do a lot of like, we try within the community to do a lot of donations, for, just charity events, auctions, we get our name out that way, like, I feel like just.
That is a big one. We do work with Lunch Break a lot in Red Bank, and we try to keep it community. What can we help in Red Bank, Shrewsbury? What can we do for Holmdel? And then a lot of people reach out to us though for donations, which we do love.
Right,
And
so
then those
it's-
people become addicted to that 1 month, and then they sign up for another one, and that's how we kind of build.
we're helping the organization out, and
They're
then,
helping us.
we're bringing new people into the door, and
Right.
hopefully, it's our job to then, change their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
we can-
And that
Yes.
sounds like that's the goal. Just get them in,
Yeah.
you see it, and you're so passionate about it that you know that
Right.
that's sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
I think pizza is a good way to do it. I did this with JGS
Have a
Insurance.
pizza party on
Oh, yeah,
Have a
Fridays.
pizza party and then show them how you
Don't
can
even-
work
And then a
that
free
pizza
class
slice
for the
off.
men.
Don't
Well,
get me
beer.
started.
hello, my husband owns an Italian ice and ice cream store.
Yes.
So,
So you bring that
it's
in.
like, yeah.
Kevin will bring the beer, you bring the pizza.
That sounds like a
Shout
great
out
workout.
contest, 15 minutes, and after that, you show how you work that off.
There you go.
Yes,
Yes.
that
You won't
sounds
get
like the
sick at all.
plan.
Reverse it, just like instead, because everybody's like, eat healthy. No, eat the pizza, get fat, and then work
And
it.
then-
Pizza's how we do it.
Pizza aside, what kind of events do you guys, have you guys been involved in any events here at the building or in the Shrewsbury location to build that kind of community?
Right, well, like, we just did like the Holmdel 5K that was in here.
Okay.
People who reach out to us, I sponsor those events, like through Shrewsbury, I just did the 5K in Red Bank through the community YMCA. I sponsor that, so I try to like, the Team Vienna, they
Mhm.
had a big walk
Yep.
here, we sponsored that event. So that's just trying to support the community, and hopefully those people will see that we're supporting the community and come give us a try and see
We
what we're
haven't
about.
really gotten too much of it in Holmdel because we're just new, but in Shrewsbury, a lot of our clients, they have, side businesses, beauty counter, essential oils, so sometimes we'll have
Like a
our
vendor
own
night.
clients have, vendors in our studio so they can get their name out, their word out, and also help our clients as we help them. So we try to do that with as many women who have something that they wanna,
Right, like trunk shows.
like, trunk shows, whatever their passion project is, we try to support them on that. So we will get that in Holmdel and see what women wanna showcase their stuff in our studio, but
Supporting local.
little by little, we'll get there.
Right.
Do you, in Shrewsbury, but here, have you done an event out, because I know they have a couple of training companies that do events. Did you guys ever do that event out on like, what do they call it, the grass, the lawn,
They
the
do.
turf?
Yeah,
Right.
they do some things like what,
Like kickboxing.
Like the
Yeah.
cycling
They do
thing,
kickboxing
They did
like
that.
for hard, I
they did
saw
like a
that.
hit training.
They also
and,
play cornhole.
CrossFit type of thing.
Yes.
We haven't gotten into that yet.
Okay, are the memberships, how does it work? How does it structure, monthly or week, or how does?
You can do a drop-in.
Okay,
You can come in and just pay for one class.
okay,
You could do a class pack, which like you could buy a 10-pack, a 20-pack. You've got 6 months to use those classes.
okay,
And then that's like for flexibility. If someone wants to do CrossFit or play tennis or go to dance and they don't like to commit to one thing and they just like to bounce around, packages are perfect for people like that they just want to get their fill
okay.
bar fix
once a week, every other week, that kind of thing. And then we have memberships. We have unlimited, which is the most bang for your buck,
Okay.
because at a certain price you can come in every day.
Yep.
And then we also have another membership which is called Club Bar 5, and it gives people 5 classes a month to take, and it's a little bit of a discounted rate because they're coming consistently at
Okay.
least once a week.
And the class sizes are, is
They
it
can be
random?
anywhere from 1 to 27.
Does it get weird if it's one?
No, it's actually
They're probably
it's
like
actually
bonus.
really.
We haven't had
Personal
one
trainer.
have it.
I
We
haven't had
only
one person since like I
Okay.
first started in Shrewsbury 7 years ago, but it's kind of nice because you can connect with that one
Yeah.
person, and it's still a great hour. I mean,
Sure.
I've done it, and they enjoy
It's like
it.
going to the movie theater, you're the only one in the whole
It's
theater,
not.
you
I
feel
mean,
special.
they do. They feel like they're getting all the attention, and
Kevin, let it out, alright, buddy? Whatever, dude.
I mean, we can give privates to you guys anytime you guys want.
There you
We're
go.
there
I
for
like
you.
Alright, so let me know how that goes.
They need to filter themselves into a regular class so they
Yes,
can
I
see what's going on.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, how do you book it? Because I know like Soul Cycle's a big thing, right? Where people say I have to book as soon as that class
They do
opens
have
up.
to.
Like Megan's bar move this morning, there was 6,
Yeah.
7 people
We
on
have
the
like
wait list.
wait list,
Wow, okay.
and they sign up through MindBody, which is a universal app that a lot of studios use, or we have a specific bar method app, which is very
The
direct
easiest
and it's
way.
the easiest one. Their membership connects with it, so they can actually sign up for a month, the entire month, and kind of book themselves out. But yes, our classes will get full sometimes, and
Do you yell at them or do you like hug it out with them? Are you like, come on, you can do it?
my teaching style is probably a little aggressive, but I'm just that way because I've known these women for so long, and I
Okay.
think it's fun to kind of push them and
Okay.
call them nicknames and say funny things.
Oh, Megan's
just
Oh,
to-
no,
I've got a couple
I'm not even gonna
one-liners,
say
but
This is probably why guys don't get in there. They're like, I get yelled at by my wife all day. Now can you come in and yell
Now
at
you
me
gotta
again?
come in here
Come
again.
on!
They'll probably
but
take your class specifically because they like that stuff.
right. I get them
Totally.
laughing because it's a tough hour and it's tough to get through exercises. So if you can just say one little line and make them giggle,
That's fine. Okay.
it's fine. It's all good.
Do you have like, and is it levels within beginner, intermediate, or is it kind of like what's the class you have at 1 o'clock?
So
Or
our
you
1
have-
o'clock, that is an express class. Oh, I forgot to talk about express. It's a 45-minute version of our method class. So we kind of condense it and shorten it up, and that's for a nice lunchtime person
Well, what do
who
you
wants to
actually
come
do?
in
Like,
and
what's
out.
something that you do actually during that?
During the workout, okay,
Yeah.
so we have a warm-up, about 10 minutes. We're gonna do push-ups, planks, we're gonna work on your shoulders, your biceps, go through the upper body.
Okay.
Second half of class, we're gonna hit your quads really hard.
Okay.
The thigh is probably
And
the
your
most,
butt.
and your butt, but thigh is probably the most intense exercise that we have. You do 3 sets of them, but they're all different sets and different exercises. And then we get to the booty, which is the most important muscle group. It's the largest, the gluteus maximus. So we really like to focus on getting each body part within 45 minutes. And then we crush your abs at the end, and you get a nice little stretch. 2 stretches in that class.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
tired just
It's
from
a nice
that.
I was gonna say that warm up push-ups. Okay, good.
Yeah, and
I heard
then,
push-ups and I'm like, okay, I'm out. That's good.
yeah, we like do workouts. We're not doing like plies and ballet moves. We just work off a ballet bar.
I think that's, like, I hear what you're saying about, like,
Yeah.
with the ballet. As for the general public, I don't think we think that. I think that's industry driven. I think
okay.
within your industry, you might think that. Like, I come also from the
Right.
wedding industry and design industry, and I hear things, but when it's the general public, they don't think that way. So, I don't think that. Like,
Right.
I also didn't
I
think
know it was a
bench
tough work, a
500.
pretty tough
That's
workout.
just like when we
Yeah.
get phone calls, they're like, so is it like a
Is
ballet
it dance?
studio?
They think we're going into a dance
Yeah, and I'm
class.
like, no,
That's where I would
it's
rage. I would be
not.
like that's.
We're gonna do push-ups.
Yeah, like
It's
people
teaching.
will be like, well, I've never danced before. I'm like,
That's okay.
Well, you won't be doing it here. You
Right.
can.
I will say most of our instructors do have a dance background.
Yeah.
Chrissy especially.
But that's the fitness
It's just
part of
something
it.
that is a part of us, and obviously I do dance now, but someone's not gonna take a dance class. They want to still have that same feeling of the dancer's body. So Bar Method does that for them.
But it's
For
a
those
fitness.
people who feel
Right.
like they're
Part of it.
missing, yeah. It's more
Swimmers
about
are
dance
swimmers are
conditioning.
great.
It started out, this method started out as dance conditioning
Yeah.
for professional dancers.
Mhm.
So that's where the method kind of like evolved from there and stemmed from
Now
there.
a structured workout.
Right.
And how do you get over it? Because I know yoga struggles with this is the intimidation factor, right? Like if someone wants to get into yoga, they've never done it before.
And they're like, I'm not
Right.
flexible.
You're sitting in the class, you don't know the
Can't touch
moves.
my toes.
Does that happen with
That's
you guys as
hard.
well?
Is
Yes.
yoga part of this?
Yes. I mean, people will say to me, no, there's
No.
We do
elements.
stretches.
There's
Okay.
certain
But
stretches.
it's not like we're holding poses.
Okay.
Right. But people will come up to me and go, I need to get in shape before I come.
Right.
And you're like, no.
I'm like, wait, what?
That's not gonna work out.
You're gonna get in shape by coming. Like, it's okay. Like, just
Yeah.
I can
walk
understand
through
that
the door.
logic though.
And that's
I
why I'm
know,
just
I
saying,
think
you
so.
know, like come take a class for free, see how you do, you know, no commitment, no worries, just come and see how you feel.
I'd say one of our biggest hurdles is the intimidation.
It is.
And in Shrewsbury, I don't wanna say it can be a little bit more intimidating, cause a lot of these people have been coming for
10
8,
years,
9
yeah.
years, like they've been doing it, they could
Very
do it in their
serious,
sleep.
yeah.
Here, we're a newer studio, so I encourage people, I say, you're all in the same boat. This is a brand new studio, you're all learning together, so come now.
Why don't you put Kevin and I in the window? Have us do a workout to prove that anybody
We
can
can
do
do
it.
it.
Anyone can
You
do
can do
it
it,
as
yeah.
long as you just listen, you know, that's a big part of
Anybody,
it.
and
The
that's
listening thing again.
Listening thing,
There
again, we're
she
gonna
goes
always go
again.
back to the
All right.
listening aspect, because it's tough to listen
And
and do your.
You know what's good about this? You can play this podcast for your boyfriend too, so
Yeah,
he can
yeah.
learn as well
yeah,
from
he's
here.
Great,
Oh,
yeah. that was
he's
good.
come-
he's come to the
Listen.
speaker
And
class.
he's come to my class a few times.
No, but I'm saying what
yeah.
you've said today, this is very
Yes,
important.
yes, that'd
Anything
be
else?
very
Yeah,
important.
about listening or?
Maybe do some laundry, I don't know.
Okay.
That was it, that's all
There
I
you
got.
go. Okay, got that. Chrissy, where did you grow up?
I was born in Brooklyn,
Okay,
Bay Ridge, and then I moved to Middletown area of New Jersey when I was like 6. So, and I've been in the Monmouth County, I mean, other than going away to college, I've been in this area.
okay. Where'd you go to college?
I went to Towson University in Maryland.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
No, I know of it. I don't know why I know it. T-O-N-S-E-N?
No, TOWSON.
T-O-W, that's what.
Yeah,
okay.
right outside of Baltimore.
Okay. And you were there, what'd you study?
I was a dance major.
Okay.
Yes, I was.
So you both mentioned dance. Did you teach dance for a while? Did you say?
I danced professionally for a tiny bit,
Okay,
and then I met my husband.
okay.
She danced for she was a serious dancer for the,
She's
MJ
downplaying this.
Nets?
New Jersey
New
Nets.
Jersey Nets.
All right.
I think that's pretty serious. I mean,
It's fun.
Then I watched you because I'm like the only New Jersey Nets season ticket holder from the Brendan Byrne Arena that I could know of.
Back before they were the Brooklyn Nets.
Yes,
I
no,
danced
no,
for
I-
them 97, 96, 97, 98.
Yes, Brendan Byrne to Continental. Yes, all that stuff, Continental Arena.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
when Petrovich died, which was in 88 or 89, but then you were there for 3 years, you said, in the mid-90s?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of who the
Mid
players
to
were back
late,
then.
yep, yep.
Okay. Megan,
yes.
where did you grow up?
I grew up in Red Bank all
Okay.
my life. I've been there my whole life, 28 years.
Boring, that's it, that's all we got?
That's all I got. I mean, I went to Brookdale, changed my major 4 times, and Chrissy
Oh,
found
that's
me.
good.
Chrissy found me, and I was like, okay. I was like, this is gonna be it, and it became, part of
4 majors?
4 different majors. Yeah.
Could we go through those layers?
I started off with communications humanities, and then I
Okay.
realized I really didn't know what that was.
Yes, nor do I. Yeah.
Second, I
No one
changed to psychology,
Okay.
and then I was like, oh my gosh, I feel crazy. I feel like I'm the one that needs therapy.
Okay.
Third, I went to education for children, and then I was like, oh, I can't teach kids. No,
Okay.
no, no. Then I went to fashion merchandising. I wanted to do window displays
Oh,
and
you
worked
did
at Victoria's
Victoria's
Secret, and I thought that was going to be my life. I was going to be folding panties for the rest of my days.
Okay.
And then again,
Yep.
Chrissy picked me up, and I said yes right away. I said, absolutely, take me with you.
I'm having a little bit more empathy for your boyfriend right now. But it's okay, we're all good. We grow, we grow
You know, you gotta go
through
through
Girl.
phases, but
Self-awareness is very
which is
important
crazy
through
is
this
this.
process.
I've been doing this for almost 8 years, and I'm never bored. I never feel like I'm going to work. I'm going to see my girls. I'm going to, kick some butt and
Okay.
enjoy it.
Your girls and your men.
And you're
And
Now.
and my one.
I'm gonna be in the
male
window
wife.
as marketing. Kevin and I will be the 4 pictures, but anyway, that's another story. Okay, so you went to school at Red Bank, okay.
Mhm.
When you went for dancing and things of that nature, working out is part of the deal of being in shape to be a dancer. Did you
Right.
see this as not necessarily the bar method per se, but how much of working out did you enjoy while you were going through the dancing world? Because sometimes people don't want to work out, they just have to.
Right, I started out as a gymnast.
Okay.
I was a very competitive gymnast when I was younger, and then I moved over to the dance
You told me you were
world.
in the '94 Olympics next and down for that.
I forgot to mention,
We're talking about all this stuff, and she's like, I was in the Olympics, won a gold medal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not even close,
Okay.
but that's okay. You know, we were state champions in my high school, that's about it, yeah. But I always was a fitness fanatic, I guess. I always, you know, the endorphins and how I feel, I always just feel better once I work out. So for me, it was a no-brainer. After I was dancer and you know, settled down and had my kids. And
You married Mr. Ice Cream.
Mr. Ice Cream,
Yes.
yes.
No
Who I
wonder
met
you
at
did.
the ice cream store buying ice cream. I became an esthetician. I went back to school for skincare, makeup, that sort of thing, because it gave me the flexibility as a mom to work off hours whenever I wanted, a few days a week. Just let me get out of the house a little bit, but still like be home, you know, like not working 9 to 5 job type thing every day. So I did that for years, and then I was introduced to the bar method. So after 10 years of doing skincare, and working out throughout the whole thing, but just
Right.
doing different fitness routines, someone introduced me to the one in Summit, and
it was like the perfect.
Never
fit.
looked
that
Yeah,
was
the
it.
perfect fit.
I was like, this is what I'm
You
doing.
bought the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Where did it start? It started out in California, you said? The bar method?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
That's
is
where the
there an
first
original?
studio. Burr Leonard created the bar method, and that was where the flagship studio is in San Francisco.
Okay.
So that is the original studio.
How many locations are there?
Oh gosh.
Now
130 maybe.
Yeah,
I think they're getting
yeah,
close to
130.
130.
Okay, how is that community? I mean, as far as owners supporting each other and
Wow,
connecting?
So
strong,
supportive.
so strong.
So supportive. We have a teacher community board now
Yes.
on Facebook. We have a studio owners group on Facebook. We communicate with each other daily, going over struggles of marketing, client retention, how to handle certain situations, what to do, and I mean, we're all so close. Like I know almost every single bar method
You do, yeah.
owner in
Do
the
you have
country.
like an annual meetup?
We
Or-
do. We have an annual convention every year out in California. That's about 3-4 days long. And we go over like best practices and what works, what doesn't work.
That's not always the case when it comes to franchise. You know.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
good.
so,
We're
yeah, I've
very
worked in that
close.
industry for a while, franchise marketing, and it is not, it's very rare to get that kind of close-knit community.
Yeah, it's awesome. Teacher development is huge. They're constantly evolving. We work with physical therapists to make sure that our exercises are always safe, safe on your joints, you know, and it's a lifestyle. We have women as young as 13, 14, up to their mid-70s.
We have a
Taking
client that's
class with ease.
73. She's
Wow.
73.
Yeah.
And she can do push-ups like any other like a 13-year-old. Anyone that's she can. It's incredible to see these women.
It's mostly women owners?
They're 100% owned by women.
Okay. That's
Wow.
I found that out.
Well,
I think
there's
there's a
couple
co-owner,
of
there's a
guys
couple
are
co-owners,
partners,
but-
like with their
debatable if
wives.
they're a
and stuff
woman
like
or debatable if they're the owner?
Oh no,
no,
debatable.
they're
Like
owners.
they're co-owners.
Like out in
Sean.
Arizona.
I know Sean and
Yeah,
They
and
got
then
married.
Luke and Bev.
yeah.
And so there
There
are
are
some
some
like
partners.
women whose husbands own it with them.
Okay. The men should get involved with this.
The fact
think
that
they
the fact that you
should.
know people by their first name that own one out in Arizona
Oh,
just boggles my mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great from a community standpoint. Now, when you first started, you said you had young kids at the time.
Right.
First of all, most people would think that's crazy. You have young kids just
It's
starting a
not a
business. I'm sure it was. How much of it was fully hands-on, you there every single day, versus finding the right people to obviously support the business?
Fully hands on me every single day. I mean, my kids live there with me. Yeah.
And how did that go with it happens, the mom guilt concept, if there was, but I'm sure it's there.
I'll tell you, the only way this worked for me is because I had an extremely supportive husband who has flexibility and doesn't
Yeah.
work in the winter. Lucky him.
Oh,
Because he has a seasonal
Oh,
business.
Yeah.
So he works like, but his business is closed in the
Yeah,
winter.
okay.
So he's very hands-on and is able to help me, those 4 months out of the year. My parents were local.
okay.
So I had
Takes a
such a good,
village.
I had
Yes.
such a good support system, so that's the only way it was able to, work.
Mhm.
So the mom guilt wasn't there so much in the very beginning.
It
When
doesn't
I was
mean it's
opening,
right. It's
no,
just-
I know.
it just-
When I was
it's
opening
there.
up Studio 2, it was there.
It was there.
It was there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
There were many, Megan knows, there were many times when I was opening up this studio that I was like, did I make the right decision?
How old are the kids now?
14 and 12.
Okay, now you're like, I don't even know where they are.
Yeah, yeah. Now I'm just a taxi driver. Uber Eats, Uber this,
Yeah,
It's, I'm just there to give them money and drive them around.
Okay.
But, I'm so happy that we're open and I'm so happy that we're here, especially in Bell Works. Like, this is just such a cool place to be.
Are you in both locations, back and forth, or
Back and forth.
Megan, are you?
Back and forth.
You are, okay. I didn't know if you were just a
Absolutely.
manager. at
No,
this
but gotta
location.
show love in both studios. 50-50, right?
How many
down the middle.
instructors in each one, roughly?
Gosh.
Well, all together, because all our instructors kind of teach
Yeah,
wherever.
Yeah.
right. It's a
What do we
freelance
have?
role.
11 or 12 now, and then we're training 3 more.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there's gonna be like 15 of us.
All women?
All women.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
All women.
I have no, I'm just want to
Right,
understand
yeah.
it, because,
No male has ever asked me.
But
To
there
be an
are,
instructor?
Right.
there are male instructors.
There are
There's
some.
one in the Brooklyn studio.
Okay.
He's great.
just
And
interested in the
Sean
dynamics of
teaches.
it.
And Sean teaches,
Yeah.
and we have
See?
we do have
Yeah.
a lot of men instructors, just not
I got you.
in this area.
Kevin?
You can say, I'm gonna be the next instructor.
No, I'm definitely not saying that.
If refresh doesn't work out.
Yeah, my business doesn't work out, well, I'll try not to.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll go to a couple classes first.
All right, and you said there was something that you were trying to do with Bell, like if someone doesn't, male or female, they want to come down and trial, do you have a trial or anything like that, or?
We will absolutely offer new clients coming in that want to give it a try and see what we're about.
Okay,
Take a free class, and then after that, we have a 2-week new client trial, unlimited classes for 2 weeks for $38. It's a
Oh, wow.
no-brainer, because if you come 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times in those 2 weeks, you're gonna have a pretty good indication after those couple weeks whether or not it's something you wanna continue with, how often you wanna integrate it into your workout routine, or if you're like, you know what, I wanna give this a try and I wanna come here 3 to 5 times a week, which is what we recommend people to come to really see the benefits and feel the
3 to 5
changes.
times.
3 to 5 times a week.
Yeah.
Now, from a facility standpoint, because I always have the question, people say, I'm gonna work out at lunch, but then what do?
Mm.
You're all sweaty and you have to go back to work.
Nope.
How do you guys?
Fine,
Yeah.
it's fine.
It's really, so I'm about to go teach that noon soon in the express class. We're not gonna get that sweaty. I'll put the air conditioning on, we'll keep the fans going, just so they can get back to work. But we also have a beauty bar in our studio in the women's locker room so they can freshen up, blow dry their hair, straighten it, throw some
We have
face on.
deodorant
Yeah.
spray,
We
dry
make sure that they're ready to
shampoo.
go, but you're not gonna be dripping. Our bar move class, which is the cardio-based class, you're not going to work after
Do
that.
that at the end of the day.
Do that.
Actually, I
Who
had.
went to work? Oh gosh.
I'm not gonna say it out loud, just in case, But someone who works in the
Nice.
building she looked fabulous. She just went into the
Who
locker
was
room,
it?
spruced
Say it.
herself up.
to random person.
Nice.
How do you two deal personally with nutrition and stuff like that? What's your philosophies, what's your thoughts? Do you just like whatever, vegan, or
I just try to eat clean.
balance?
Yeah, I drink alcohol, like on the weekends.
Pretty
We went right there.
I'm like,
Wait,
I drink alcohol this
maybe a little bit during the week
You
here and
own
there
your own
too.
business, so every day is Saturday.
I
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
But
You offered that up. I was thinking like vegetables. You're like, I drink on the weekends. Okay.
Well, just because when you say balance, yes, I'll have some pizza, I'll have some wine, I'll have things like that,
Okay.
absolutely. I'll have an ice cream from the Lighthouse.
Okay.
As
Only
You're
from
welcome,
Lighthouse.
Kev, yeah.
The peanut butter ice vanilla ice cream combo.
Maggie's doing a little roll. She's like whipped cream to everything.
Okay, go for it.
No, because some people are.
Diet is important,
It's
very
important, but I've heard. I can't remember who it was, but it was someone who was vegan for a while, but was in the fitness world and felt like that as a vegan, it was very challenging to maintain over time because of the lack of meats or even whether chicken, fish, whatever it was. So I'm just curious because in your youth it's a little bit easier, but as you get a little bit older, you need to be able to rebuild your body. And some people have felt that veganism or vegetarian might be challenging sometimes to maintain over a long period of time. So that's what Well, you drink on the weekend, so we're fine. Monday, burn it out. Megan, are you?
So my boyfriend is a bodybuilder, and we have a very high protein, high carb diet. I don't get into specific macros or counting calories.
Sure.
I just eat in moderation. But I also grew up in a very big Italian family where our philosophy is don't cheat your stomach. So if I want something, I'm absolutely going to go to McDonald's and have a Big Mac.
Okay.
I'm going to go for it. Five Guys is my favorite place to go. Every Friday I'll pick up, a nice double cheeseburger and French fries. But I just let people know you have to eat the good with the bad. Just make sure it's a little more good. And it's mostly water.
90-10 or
Mostly
95.
water.
Yeah, a lot of
I
water.
try to keep
And
it.
moderation, it's like
Yes.
portion control too. People are like, but I eat so healthy. Okay, but how
But
much?
protein are you
How
eating?
much
How
are
many
you
vegetables
eating?
are
I eat grilled chicken with a pour of ranch dressing on it.
Oh.
No, it's not a salad anymore, my man.
Right.
Yes, which I think did I talk about on the podcast? The first time I had ranch dressing was like a month ago.
Come on, in your
The
whole life.
Southwest salad? I saw Chipotle.
Ever?
Oh my
Ever?
gosh.
I'm not a condiments person. I'm
Okay.
not
I'm
like,
big into that.
I'm not,
I'm not
no,
big
I
on
never,
I'm
I
big
never,
into that.
like more than a month ago, a couple months ago, but I was like,
Like that makes it better.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was like
okay.
3
It does make
months
it better.
ago,
Well,
okay.
no, okay, like you were gonna say something.
No, I was gonna say from a nutrition lifestyle. So you guys obviously have the workout side of it. Do you support your customers in that side in terms of giving feedback or advice on that?
I will give feedback. People will ask me what I eat, and again, I'm very into high protein is where you're gonna feel the best, especially after a workout. We really recommend them eating something before the workout, a banana, a little bit of
protein.
sugar, maybe some nuts, so their body isn't burning the muscle, the body's burning the fat, so they hold on to that muscle. And then after, you definitely need to nourish your body with something. So I try to, whatever they ask me, I'll find an answer for them.
Yeah. Also,
We're
one of
into
my
that.
biggest tips, like when people are asking me just about like health and overall wellness, and my number one tip that I give people nutritionally or for detoxification is every morning before you take a sip of coffee, before you take a sip of tea, before you do anything else, drink water with lemon.
I heard ice water is better than coffee, as far as waking you
That's
up.
for the hangover.
Right,
Well,
but no,
yeah,
but
that's
like
it.
as a natural,
Splash on your face.
just
Right,
like
detox.
detox, your body needs a full glass of water, and especially with lemon in it. If it could be a little bit warmer, there's mixed things on the ice water. The
Yeah.
ice water gets your metabolism
Yeah.
going. The warm water is a little bit more gentle for your system, but you want to throw in a little apple cider vinegar. You want to throw in a little honey. You could do that too. But like people, if they just start doing that, your skin will feel better. Your health will. Everything just starts to feel
Get
better
the
if you
day
do that
started.
every single day to start your day.
And is that something the bar method, when you go to conventions or the training, do they talk at all about that, or is it
Not
all? Okay.
We don't really talk about, but we partner with nutritionists,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I've
Okay,
learned
that's my
so
next
much
question.
through my clients over the years who focus on nutrition.
We do have a lot
And-
coming.
Yeah, and we've done like nutrition focused workshops, and sometimes we'll include a nutritional element to things like when we do challenges. So I've learned a lot over the years.
Okay. Well, you see, 49
I was
minutes.
gonna say,
Wow.
you guys were worried, yeah.
I know. Well, I can normally
I
just
could-
talk.
I could just- we could just keep
always
talking.
keep going. I have like
I'm sure you guys are like, all right, let's go. Let's
No.
wrap this
No,
up.
No.
you have a class
I
to
do
teach.
have to run
Okay.
out though, because I do have to teach.
I
Just
know.
run over an hour.
In fact, if you wanted to get your free class in, Lorenzo.
You
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
can make it,
Well
12
done.
o'clock.
I mean, now I've been called to the turf here like 4 times, and I just want to let them all know that I'm the only one who's still an athlete out of this group here.
He does.
I got soccer twice a week and softball,
Oh,
Good for
wow.
and these guys do not. So thank
We work, we work.
What do you guys do for
you.
exercise?
You work. Where are you going next week? You're going to some Wolf Wine Resort.
We're doing a, company
okay.
outing.
All
We're
right.
doing
So save me.
Dances with Wolves and Wine
Dances.
Wednesday.
Oh, that's cool.
No,
Wolves
it's
and Wine.
not, Chrissy. It's not Wolf and Wine. What are we doing here, Mike?
It's company culture.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
building
you're
company culture.
Crap. Okay, go ahead. What were you gonna say, Kevin? I noticed, Kevin, ever since you started writing stuff down, you're speaking a little less, and I don't like that. I want you to stop writing stuff down. It's not as important. I like your
Look
input.
at these copious notes, my friend.
I can't read it, and it's 400 things there. Mike, take it away from me. You're like a bad boy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, so as we wrap it up, what's the misconception? What do you want people to know that are listening about the bar method, and maybe, encouraging them to try it?
I want people to know that this is a safe, fun environment, and all ages, all sizes, shapes, and colors are welcomed, and we're here for you. We're gonna support you. We're gonna have a good time doing it, and you're gonna feel better at the end of the day about yourself and your well-being. And I think if you just give it a try, you'll understand by the end of the hour how we run things in the room, and we just want to build a friendship with you, and we hope you keep coming back. That's what we want. We want you to keep coming and continue to feel good about yourself, because we all feel good about ourselves after doing this workout for 11 years, 7 years. It's something that will stick with you. So we're just hoping that it sticks with everyone.
I want to add to that just a little
Yeah.
bit, that, over the last 11 years since I opened up Shrewsbury, a lot of different forms of bar fitness have come into the area. And so a lot of people will say, oh, I tried this and that wasn't for me. Or I tried this and I don't know, I'm not gonna do it. Or I do it at my gym. No, it's not the same. So that is a very big misconception. One thing about the bar method that we pride ourselves on is that our teacher training is anywhere from 3 to 6 months long. We have to take anatomy tests. We have to take yearly annual certification, like recertification exams. We are very hands-on. We need to know the body. We are trained and so much more experienced than other bar.
If you're gonna do it with the pros.
Say it,
Yeah.
Chrissy.
Thank you.
We like
Good
to
stuff.
call
The other
ours-
ones-
You know what?
Yeah.
I didn't say that. All I'm saying is that it's not the same, and
No.
there's a big misconception that people have done it
That
different
bar is
places,
bar.
and that bar is bar, but it's not. The bar method.
We're the
is-
OGs.
Yeah.
So there's like a bar method with 2 R's out there or anything like that?
Oh, they've tried. They've tried.
So definitely hit us with the plugs, websites, locations. Where can everyone find you? Social media.
All right, you can find me on social media, Bar Method Shrewsbury, Bar Method Holmdel. You can come see me on Shrewsbury on Patterson Ave or right here in Bell Works. I'm always there for you.
Yep. That's
That's it.
it.
What's the website? Bar Method Homedel?
Yeah, you could do www.barmethod.com/home.
Slash, okay.
Yeah, you gotta
it's
do
a
the slash.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then same thing for Shrewsbury, /Shrewsbury.
okay.
That's it.
All right,
Yeah.
wonderful. Guys?
Thank
Good?
you guys for coming on.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
having
much.
us.
Thank you.